Yeah. Happy Thursday, everybody. Happy Thursday. Welcome to the Dollar Hour. I am Deonte Burden, aka Mr. Short Dollar himself. Y'all gotta excuse me. I was trying to I had some last minute thing. I just noticed my book wasn't sitting up there and everything. But we're gonna get it right. Hey, my awesome producer DJ Lab got everything together. Man, we got an awesome show planned for you guys. Tonight we're talking about a topic is real near to being, that's entrepreneurship, but what we're hitting more so on why most entrepreneurs are broke. Even when they're doing sales and staying busy, because a lot of times I hear people all the time come in and say that, you know, they look like they were doing good. They had a line around the corner.
Right.
You know, every time I turned around, they were posting, had a good time at the club. The restaurant was always full. But what happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I want to share a lot of things that happened behind the scenes that the main pitfalls for entrepreneurs when they go down that road of having their own business, be it in the service industry, be it in the production industry, be in the manufacturing industry, be it in the food or service or clubbing or whatever. What are those pitfalls? Common ones that a lot of times people can see something on the surface, but it's not necessarily the things that are going on behind the scenes. So again, the night show we're talking about why most entrepreneurs are broke. Even when they
we're dropping bombs.
Trigger happy lamb.
We're dropping bombs tonight, people.
Hey guys, again, this is the Dollar Hour. We are streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and Twitter. But the main hub is the Mr. Short Dollar YouTube channel, where we have over 1,600 videos and an active grant playlist with over 150 different grant opportunities at any given time. Guys, I would encourage you, while I'm just talking on the subject matter, y'all at the midway point of the month, go check out that February 2026 grant list. I think we have 23 different grants for you guys to take advantage of. If you guys follow me, you go to the YouTube channel, you see people posting all the time. Hey, Mr. Short Dollar, I got a $25,000 grant. Hey, Mr. Short Dollar, I got a $50,000 grant. Hey, Mr. More and more common, the $5,000 to $10,000 grants. People actually getting them. This ain't no just me doing it. You know, you can check it and everything. So I would encourage anybody to go there and take advantage of the free information that is there. Now, that monthly grant list, I think it's $5.99, but y'all balling. Y'all can afford $6.
Right. Without a problem.
But even when we did the grant of the farmers list, which is free, I think it was like almost 25 different resources. The veteran list with 25 different resources. All that stuff, free information. And majority of the information is free there. The only thing it's going to cost you is your time.
Right.
And I know reading is fundamental.
That's the part you got to say right there.
So, but definitely that, guys. I want you guys to go there and take advantage of it. Before we get started, I want to say also what's up to my awesome producer DJ Lab.
What's going on, brother? It's Thursday.
Hey,
it was
man.
a nice day today.
Hey, yeah, man.
The weather was nice today.
Yeah. How about do it and everything? So one wet out there was real nice, man. So I enjoyed the day, man. I had to go check out Will B.
I saw
baby boy got honored at we make an honor roll.
That's right. Yeah,
I appreciate it. I will let my son know. You know what side of the family you got your brains from. Yes, sir. You didn't get it from his mom. Hell no. You know your first cousins are. Hell no.
Here we go.
You didn't get that from mama.
Truth still set you free. Well, speaking of mamas, hey mama.
What going on, my mama? Okay, what's up, mama?
Hey mama.
I just want to say what's up to my other producer, Slick 316. What's up, Rick?
What's going on, Rick?
But yeah, man, with this particular subject matter we're talking about, why most entrepreneurs are broke. A lot of times I really want people to understand fundamentally that sales do not equal success. Sales do not equal success because a lot of times people think because they're busy. What I always state, don't get busy confused with profits.
That's right.
Because you got what I tell people all the time to start with. I sit on several boards, but one of the main thing I tell people start off with is your cost. People will sit there being business and say, look, I sold 30 widgets. Let's do easy math. 10 widgets at $50 a piece. So in their mind, they made $500. But if the widget cost them, $45, in theory, you can do that. You just make $50, right? So a lot of times people don't understand that. But then when you start talking to them about that kind of stuff, people think you're being a Debbie Downer, but you're just being realistic with stuff. And it's not and some things going to have a high cost to make a particular thing, and your margins may be smaller. Some things you don't really have to spend a lot of money on the beast to make profit.
Right.
One of the biggest things I always tell people to do, and it don't sound sexy, do a raffle.
Right.
You spend $200 on the damn TV.
Right.
And get you, a couple hundred different raffle tickets.
Right.
Hell, you can do that every 3 months. Man, you make your damn $50,000 a year.
Right. Right. Just saying.
I just saying. I just seen it. I just seen it.
All right.
Right.
Instead of doing the fundraiser for $50,000.
Low risk, high reward.
Right.
Low risk, high reward. But again, I'm gonna leave that alone. Trading Code says, "Stop it. Congratulations, Will B." Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm super proud of William, man. I'm super proud of William, especially his first semester in high school. We're doing that, man. So, shout out to my baby boy, man. I'm real proud of him. What I was talking about again with the why most entrepreneurs are broke. I see entrepreneurs bragging about 5 figures, 10-figure months. A lot of time we were going through the pandemic. You're seeing everybody get into the trucking industry. They were putting their checks up, and you can do this, you can be this trucker and do these different things. And one of the biggest things, and this is just me, I drove when I was in the Army.
Right.
And also just owning an accounting firm, I know what everybody makes.
Right.
So if people post, I got a $4,500 check to take this load, and they posting it on social media. But they never will explain that $4,500 check might cost them $4,000.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Insurance, tires.
Yeah. And it's not if something happens, it's when something happens.
Right.
And a lot of guys, time you might be on the other side of the country, accident broke this, that, and that, and the repair shop know you based in Georgia, but you in Nevada. They triple the cost because they know you're desperate to get back. All that kind of stuff come into play. And as entrepreneurs, a lot of times I always tell people, because when they want to say they'll look at it and say, "Well, Poochie, I want to do Poochie. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do that." And I always tell people that don't get it twisted. I say all the time, man, I work 20 hours a day, so I don't have to work 40 hours a week.
Right.
And I like the freedom. And a lot of times people will sit there and look at things because you might do it good and think it's easy what it is.
Right. Exactly.
I share this. Tax season, we need even tax season now. Shit. Let's say 10% of the people have paid me. So we talking about for the past January, all of February. No money has been released by the IRS.
Right.
So I went almost 2 months.
Right.
Who gonna do that? And I'm talking about this is mainly what I'm doing.
Carrying the business.
Yeah, we're doing it, right? So you go back from at least let's say October, November. Promotions, training, doing all this other kind of stuff. Who the hell gonna do that?
Right.
Without money coming in, right? But you have to think and move a certain way with doing that. And when you start going down the road of being an entrepreneur, because you feel okay, I can be a certain way and I want to live a certain way, people don't understand that the whole sacrifice, the cost, the pain, the things you got to be. And extreme, the number one thing, discipline. It takes to do that.
That's the number one.
And like I say, anybody that knows me, that's close to me, they know how boring I am. I get up every day, I go work out, I go take care of this, I have my coffee. You know what I'm saying? I got pretty much the same damn routine every day, depending, the work stuff may shift, but I don't have nothing, exciting. Whatever. Right. But I'm always the same routine. Pretty much eat the same damn shit all the time and stuff like that. And when I go enjoy myself, I go enjoy myself. Right. But it's the same thing. And I understand when things coming out, when things gotta be taken care of, right? And I make the bulk of my money for the year, the first 5 months of the year.
Right.
So now you're sitting there like, okay, shit, what you gonna do the rest of the set?
Right.
So now you gotta be able to say, okay, let me cover this, put this aside for that, put this aside for that. Most people can't do that because they see what's in the bank. Right. And I can't
go get a bag.
Can't mess with it. And that's why I think a lot of times people get caught up in. So we start talking about why most entrepreneurs are going broke. The first reason is no profit margin. When I say no profit margin, kind of what I alluded to at the beginning, when I was giving the example of the widgets, your pricing can be too low. Again, sometimes people understand with products when they start a business up. Well, look, man, I'm washing cars for $10, and people are like, yeah, that is good. Or they got these wing plates for $10. But why are you selling wing plates for $10 and with the wings, the seasoning, even the portion of the payroll you got to do it to? It's costing you $8.50.
Right. We always talk about when we talk about this kind of stuff right here. We always talk about restaurants and how the cost. How you have to know what it costs per plate. To get that food out. And a lot of times you always say people don't break down that. They don't break down the fork, the spoon, the plate, the season, the server, you know what I'm saying? Like the cost per plate. What it costs per plate to get this food to the table.
Well, the reason why they'll do that is several reasons. I think one of the first reasons is people don't want to admit what they don't know. A lot of times because people are pretty good at cooking and the food is good, and they go to restaurants, they think they know restaurants, right? And instead of calling somebody like me or even working in Applebee's or Red Lobster 6 months to a year to get some games and experience and learn how behind the scenes and stuff like that goes, as far as pricing, as far as scheduling, as far as managing, people avoid that because they think they know. And then when you get knee deep in shit, you can't afford to keep the doors open. That's when they start getting nervous. They want to call me, but you ain't got no money to pay for me. Right. So that's the problem. I don't mean to sound funny with that, but there's nothing wrong with not knowing. It's something wrong with not addressing. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And a lot of times when we start talking about no profit margin, and the profit margin is by definition the difference between your sale price and your cost per unit, right? So if you're selling it for $10 and it costs you to make that particular thing $8, the margin is the $2, right? So that's just the difference, right? Profit margin is just it's the same, theoretically the same answer. But you sitting with other people competing because, like I say, you in the market, they doing car washes around the corner for 20. You want to get it to the market, you're doing it for 10. And you promote it. But shit, you ain't making no money because the products just, we're doing it. Because at the end of the day, standard is still the standard.
Right.
I can't have, if they're doing the car washes around the corner for $20, with the $20 standard, and I'm trying to do it for $10 with the $20 standard, I can't do it. Why? Because the $20 standard requires a what? $10 cost.
Yeah.
So I'm zeroing myself out.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right. You ain't even breaking even.
Yeah, no. What you doing? You ain't work for yourself. You work for the damn customer.
Right.
That's what, you know what I mean?
Right.
And that's the kind of thing where a lot of folks don't want to think about, man. You can't. I remember I heard Steve Stout say this about 12 years ago on Drink Champs, and that always stuck with me. When you price yourself, your product, your service, or whatever, and you believe that to be true, if you believe that you're a $100 hour person, if you believe this is a $500 product, and nobody can shake your ass off of it, that's when you're really gonna start making the money you're supposed to make. When I see, let's just say the tax business, well, we do taxes for $50. How the hell are you gonna survive? I mean, you might well go to OnlyFans and put some jelly on your stomach. What the fuck? How the hell can you survive?
Right.
People call it, what do you charge? Well, this. Oh, that's high. I ain't high, man. Look, man, shit, look. It ain't high. That's just what the price is. You might want to call somebody else. I'm not tripping about that kind of stuff, but you got to be realistic about surviving and knowing what you have to cost. If you really believe in yourself and believe in your product, or you believe in your service, you're not gonna wave on that.
Right.
And you're not gonna make the money you're supposed to make. Don't ever get discouraged because somebody's not feeling your prices. If you feel like you over deliver, you're giving that, charge that. The problem is what? You're trying to market to the wrong people.
Yeah.
You try to market to people that you probably more comfortable with.
Right.
They like, i.e. family, i.e. friends, i.e. people that you deal with.
Right.
But no,
they can't afford your services. Can't afford that shit.
Right. You outclassing that.
I tell people all the time, DJ, I say you got to price your stuff, and you got to be okay with turning down jobs. You got to be okay with saying no, because you got to stick with your standard of DJing. Like, you can't say, "Oh, I charge $100 an hour," but you going over here doing this part for $25 an hour, because they gonna want, like you always say, they gonna want the $100 an hour standard. Yeah. But they gonna give you $25. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? You can't function like that. Yeah. Bags cost money. I tell DJs all the time, you gotta look professional. You gotta look the part. If you want to get these corporate gigs and these special, you gotta look the part. You gotta come in there with bags and costs. All your stuff got to be covered. It's a professional look that you are presenting, that the $25 an hour person don't care. You can carry a broken speaker in there and put it on stand. They're gonna be good with that.
People's expectations do not drop at your price.
Right.
They do not drop at your price. They don't.
Right.
If you sitting at the same thing I just said with the car wash, the same thing they paid the $20, they paid the $10. They still out there looking for streets. They look for different things.
They want all time.
You can't sit here and tell them like, "Hey man, I just charged you that." Bullshit. You can't do that. So if you're gonna do the work, charge accordingly.
Right.
Believe in yourself. It's gonna be, and don't. I understand that it can be unnerving to see like, man, like I don't know to feel like with that, because I tell people like, you want a consultation appointment, everybody know 30 minutes, 175, hour 210. Oh man, I know the look, bro. I mean, I'm not tripping. You
right.
have to book it.
Right.
Yeah. Full now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but we don't have to go back and forth. I'm not tripping. But at the end of the day, I'm not finna do this for you. Now, if we sit there and say, "Well, I want to book 5 appointments," I cut a deal with you because you're breaking bread.
Right.
But I'm not finna sit here and talk to you. You walk in my office, you see all that bullshit hanging on the wall. Nah, that's what you're paying for.
Right.
That's what you're paying for, all that stuff hanging on the wall. And at the end of the day, like, I'm not finna waver on that. I know how hard it was to get that stuff, right? And when you believe that, that's when you'll be able to make the money that you're supposed to make. You got to believe in yourself and not, like I said, that discount, affordable, this, that, and that. We trying to give people something that they can afford and do all this. Man, look, that's cool if you can get that stuff cheap. But if that stuff still costs you the same, I'm telling you, your ass could be back at the job you left in 6 months.
The one he told to kiss your ass.
Hey, don't worry. Hey, like, hey man, can I have a job back? Hey, I know I cussed you out. Hey, don't worry. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
No problem.
No problem. Boy, that white man be grinning from ear to ear. I knew he was gonna come back.
Right.
You sitting over there, man. Hey, man. I've never had it happen, but I know somebody close to me had to do it, and I was just like, I hated they had to do it. I hated they had to do it. God, dog.
Right.
The second reason, again, we're talking about why most entrepreneurs are broke. The second reason is poor cash flow management, and that's looking at money going in and money going out. Like you got money coming in, more money coming in. I'm sorry, more money going out than you got coming in, and that has a lot to do with depending on what people are doing with the money. Understanding, guys, when you try to get any kind of commercial or business loans, the last thing they want to see on them financials is your salary or whatever. They want like, nah, we ain't looking at that. This not. We ain't trying to replace your job. We're trying to give you this so you can make money with this business. And a lot of times people think, okay, well, I'm making this money. Let me go, I'm gonna start, cruising and bruising and, buying myself a car and showing us, that's the thing I think people might get confused with me.
Right.
Oh, yeah, I want to smoke some cigars and drink some scotch and do all that kind of stuff and do what Poochie do. Shit, 2 or 3 in the morning with Poochie.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Add up to and trying to figure it out.
And I remember, especially people that know me for a long time, people know what I was doing in 02, 03, 2010 and doing all that kind of stuff and going out to the radio station, doing all that bullshit for free, walking in Kmart parking lot, handing out flyers of people balling the shit up, throwing it away.
Right in front of you,
man. Right in front of you. You know, snuck and made all these copies. I mean, I went through all that bullshit. People walk by you, don't see you, right? All that kind of stuff. And, just that brutal stuff that make you, what I'm saying? That's why you can't quit, just mentally. So at the end of the day, you have to be able to be okay with when things are coming in. I got to keep this train running. I just can't turn around, want to switch gears. Right. Now that I got it. When you feel like you made it, it's going to be internal more than you have to make an external show for people. Right. Show I got this and I got that. I was looking at a couple. It's funny when we even talk about this shit. I was looking on Instagram earlier, and there was a tax business. Sister got out. She said the best tax business in town. The sister got out of the car, nice looking car, and she had like the mink, and she's walking in. She's portraying a lifestyle. Right. What the fuck does that got to do with tax? My taxes, right? My financials, right? That's how idiotic. I mean, funny black folks is a lot of times. You look at because this sister look good, his brother sharp, he got the suit on and all that kind of stuff. Like, what's going on? Ain't no LinkedIn attached. You don't see no credentials. You don't know this, that, and you don't know who the fuck it is. You finna give them your personal information, right? Your social, your kids' social, your bank information, your address. because they look good and they're living a certain lifestyle, you're gonna get that to them. I'm smarter than that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so when we talk about poor cash management, no cash reserves because things gonna go up, things gonna go down. And like 3 months from now, my phone ain't gonna ring that much. I know that. I'm 26 years in the game.
Right.
I know. So at the end of the day, I gotta be prepared and move like that. You understand what I'm saying? So they don't do any kind of forecasting, no kind of planning. You know stuff for a rainy day. And guys, I'm just telling you, a lot of times it's just fundamentally broke businesses. It's not they ain't profitable. It just ain't discipline. It just ain't discipline.
Okay.
You cannot want to go get that new car so you see a couple zeros in that bank. You cannot want to go on the shopping spree. Now, listen, Poochie like enjoying money. Poochie like chilling. Right. I do. Lord knows I do. Right. I love it. Right. But I got to be at a certain point where I can do it. You understand? And I think that's what a lot of people need to get, understand first. True entrepreneurs, we move for freedom. We like moving the way we want to move. Right. If most of the time when people complaints are about money, titles, or authority, it probably something they get fixed at their job. You know what I'm saying? But it's extremely frightening when you living a life. You don't know when your money coming in. You know what's going in.
Like I said, bill's still coming in.
I just said I got 2 more damn months, 2 more weeks. I'm sorry, probably money drop. So I'm sitting here like, okay, cool. Now when it come, it come, and I'm cool with it.
Right.
But most people ain't, and you know you, right? So you got to be realistic about that. I had these conversations with some of the young kids I mentor. Whatever, even something very close to them, like, hey man, you need to get your job. This business shit ain't gonna work for you because you want to do something and get paid immediately. Right. That's wrong with it. That ain't how this works. You're gonna have to put out, get stuff set up. We're doing it because I've had to do certain things for myself. Like, look, man, I don't mind I'm putting out money, but it's no longer return. Right. And I'm in the process now making some damn tough decisions. And at the end of the day, you got to be realistic about, look, if I put this money out, I do it if it's gonna bring something back. But if I ain't putting this money out, I might got to sit here and just, this shit ain't what I hey, well, look, the grass ain't growing, the tree ain't nothing to the work. Right. Let me step back. You know what I'm saying? We got something on that.
Slick says people choose accident lawyers by I guess she's referring back to the mink coat, the lady with the mink coat. So I said people choose accident attorneys by the ghetto commercials on the radio and get mad when the settlement money is low and not what the people on the commercials are got. Yeah.
That's the thing about it, man. It's the bad part about social media and just being in the whole information age. We got access to so many things. It's cool too.
At once.
Yeah, and it's cool too because you can actually see what's going around the world and what's happening and everything. I love having access to information. But you gotta be realistic about, like, is that you? Is that, and a lot of times,
everybody gonna say, yeah, that's me.
Well, we start seeing certain things are said. Well, this guy did this. We get a snippet of information. We see certain accusations might come on. People don't do an investigation because it's said, because it's showed. They know it to be true. No kind of analysis, no kind of research, no kind of verification. Right. But because it's said or it's presented, it's true. And that's just where we live in. But I always tell you, 85% of the world don't even function on logic.
That's right.
They just say, do, and everything. Yeah. They ain't defend nobody, but they're just being honest with you, right? So, unfortunately, that's how everything rolls. And, we're going to the next reason, kind of alluding what Regis said about reason number 3, and that's lifestyle inflation. Folks pay themselves too early. They get them toys and forget about some shit called tools.
That's the thing. That's the thing you alluded to earlier when you were saying, you see them zeros and you got to go get that new car. And I think a lot of entrepreneurs who start a business, who may see another entrepreneur be like, man, he driving a nice ass Mercedes. But they don't know that his business is about to close tomorrow. She got a nice business. She got to be doing great. You know what I'm saying? It's just we all want to give that perception of success when in reality we collapse in the background.
Or how you got it.
Right.
You might got a discount, you might got this, you might at least I don't know, but that's the thing about it. Whatever your role or how you roll it is just that. I can't get caught into that. Right. But people do make a lot of decisions based off what they think other people are doing.
Think of social media.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to go viral. Everybody wants to make money off social media because they see all these people claiming they making millions off of YouTube and social media and all that stuff. That may not be the case, but that's why everybody influencers now.
I had a partner of mine. We was shit. I don't even think we were probably in our early 30s. We were young. We were just sitting out there. This was over there on the west side. And he said something I thought the craziest shit in the world. He said, if I see somebody got something, I feel like I should have it. So if you got a nice car, you got a nice house, you feel like he should have it. And I said, where do you get that from?
Right.
You don't know what they did.
Right.
But because they got it, he feel like he should have it. And what the you
was like, what?
That's a real nigga like
right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And and I think that'd be fundamentally why a lot of folks do stuff like steal and rob, do all that kind of stuff. But he was stuck. They're one of my partners.
So he was stuck.
He was stuck on that, and truly stealing damn circles. Like it wasn't even like, hey man, like I like that. I aspire to get that. Right. It's just he felt
I gotta work hard.
You got that toy. Right. I feel like I should have one too. And I just thought that was just the most ass backwards. But unfortunately, a lot of people do believe that.
Yeah.
Man. And most of the time, guys, those businesses don't be broke. It's just that lifestyle is. And if you can't sit here, I get it. I get it. You want to feel like you work hard, play hard. God knows again. I love it. But again, I'm not for to play hard and then I got to live stress.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because, life be life and stuff happen. We have things under control. You get sick, family issues, job layoff. You can't control them. Right, but the things you can control, you got to try to make sure that you try to make the best decisions possible. They're using logic, they're using thought, they're using some kind of wherewithal to like, okay, this ain't gonna work right now, whatever. Like I said, I'm going through the process now. Look at some shit like, hey man, this ain't really working, and I gotta move from this.
Yeah.
Over the years, just like I've done the same thing, just with lab. I've invested at the crib, some cameras. I got a little board. It's things that I felt like if I put this money into this, it should bring me more money. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Some of the things we look at the advertising and all that kind of stuff. I might have pay this to bring back that. And so not pay money for a damn coat, car, this, that, and that, and not gonna bring me the thing.
Right.
I said don't get it. But again, we talk about investing in things that are gonna make us more money. You want to focus on doing that first, as opposed to things that's gonna have zero return.
Right.
Besides make you feel better.
Right.
But that same shit that makes you feel better, you're gonna turn around upon it and make you feel worse.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So you don't want to be doing that, guys. Just from me to you guys, just think about that. Getting a nice show, we're talking about why most entrepreneurs go broke. I ain't even say it, guys. I'm sorry. If you got any questions or anything or comments, make sure you leave it in the comment section. Also, feel free to call in. The call-in number is 678-740-9894. Again, the call-in number is 678-740-9894. So just feel free if you got any questions about like, hey man, I tried to do this didn't work. This ain't no we ain't trying to chastise no damn body. We're just trying to have good conversations about a common occurrence. A common occurrence they have with a lot of entrepreneurs. Okay, we're just trying to avoid the pitfalls that a lot of people run into with doing it.
Stanley Gordon says, so true, good conversation.
What's going on, cuz?
What's going
on? Reason number 4, we talk about why most entrepreneurs go broke, and that's no financial systems, right? You ain't got no bookkeeper. You ain't got no monthly reviews. You ain't got no separation of funds. Everything co-mingling. You got a business bank account plus your personal account plus your holiday account plus your church tithe account plus whatever else you got. Nothing separated. You're not doing any kind of monitoring to see, okay, we did good this month. I don't think you're basing off what you got in your damn pocket.
You're right.
You don't know, but you forgot about, you might have sold $10,000 in product, but you forgot, damn man, the vendor did increase the price.
Right.
Oh man, the rent did go up. Oh man, I did have to pay for this particular thing that went out or broke or whatever. You don't forgot about that. You just looking at what came in. You think about what you put out, but you don't have that stuff because you ain't got no kind of accountant. Your significant other, your girlfriend, your wife, your boo putting stuff in the QuickBooks,
right,
with no kind of accounting experience. It's not the same thing.
Not the same thing.
It ain't the same thing. We ain't the same. We ain't the same. We ain't the same.
Right.
Don't buy no damn QuickBooks. You don't know what the hell you doing. What's wrong with all these homemade accountants? I mean, it's the reason why people go to college 4 years for that, right?
Right.
It's a reason why, right? It's
Right.
a reason why when you have any kind of major instance happening in any Fortune 500 company, who they go to first? Finance department.
Right.
They go on there, right? We talk to the CFOs, we're looking at the financials and all that. That's what
And
Wall
the 10
Street
people
wants.
under him.
Yeah, that's what Wall Street wants to see.
Right.
Everything. They want to see
Right.
the financials. So you, because you think QuickBooks is like putting shit in a checkbook, it's always gonna have issues. It
Right.
ain't the same.
Yeah.
It ain't the same. Don't underestimate it, guys. And again, I don't mean to sound funny with a lot of stuff. It's just that you have to be realistic about where you are.
Mm-hmm.
Spend less time trying to do shit you're not familiar with, more time trying to find the right people.
Mm-hmm.
And if you got right people in the place, they're gonna do what? Make you more money.
Mm-hmm.
That's period. 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 Point blank. I am not finna spend all night making logos.
Mm.
I am not finna spend all night making a damn website. I'm not finna do this shit.
Right. That's not
No.
your forte.
I know them numbers. I know how to run my damn mouth.
Right.
I do both well. I'm not trying to do all the other shit, okay?
Right.
Just I leave it alone. Sexy Red Bone 28 say using your business money for personal use is the major thing. Major thing can't fix the two. It is the major thing. Can't fix the mix the two. I'm sorry. I apologize. My no reading ass. And that's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand things happen. Well, you might gotta do
some
this.
entrepreneurs need to do that. They use their own personal funds to finance the business because they're not making no money.
Well,
they want to keep pushing.
Well, even if you got the business going, you might have a personal emergency. You might have pulled for that, but let that be more of an occurrence
Mm-hmm.
than a standard.
Mm.
Let it be more of an occurrence than a standard. Things can happen.
Mhm.
I mean, like I said, life be life.
Right.
So, again, hey man, I had to pull from this and pull from that happen and try to put it back in the business if possible. But when you start making that the standard we're doing, you're gonna have problems.
Yeah.
You're gonna have problems and everything. But that's the thing about it I keep stating over and over again. If you look at your basic Fortune 500 companies and look at the structure of the silos they got, from accounting, management, research and development, advertising, marketing. If you just look at those different silos or departments they have in place, you just need to put that in your business at the small level that you are, and you'll be okay. You say to yourself, I don't need to have that. I don't need that. Yes, you do.
Yeah, you do.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. When you come into a new job and they have the SOP, employee manual and all that kind of stuff, that's what? Structure. That's rules. When you feel like, okay, you got the restaurant, well, let me go train them, let me go talk to them, and you just telling them stuff off, whatever, you're the new employee, do it this way, do it that way. That shit is it's never going to work. Why? Because there's no standard. Why, Lab? Because the way Lab said it, the way Poochie, you train the new guy. Lab train him today, Poochie train him tomorrow. Poochie got a different way of doing it. Oh, man, damn, that Lab be doing it that way. No.
Yeah.
Hey, man, don't listen to Poochie. Poochie be on there, hey, Poochie gets you fired.
But let's do it this way.
Yeah. But when we have everything in black and white, we have a standard.
Right.
We can't go around a standard because at the end of the day, things go wrong. But what the employee manual say? What did the rules say? Right. Now we got to sit here and be accountable for that. People just try to avoid it. Why? Because it take time to do it. Because man, I ain't got time to get all that stuff together. I got to get this business going. I got to get this money, making this money and stuff. But the thing was, what's going on? How you doing? I appreciate you tuning in. What's up, Tamika? It's funny. Everybody got these long profile names. What the hell? What's going on, Tamika? Appreciate you tuning in.
Right.
But those things when you say, okay, if I set up the employee manuals, if I set up the rule book, if I do the SOP, that's gonna prolong it. But what happens is 6 months a year in, now you got issues going up, going through the business, and you losing customers, you got people losing customers, losing employees, and people doing all kind of stuff in disarray. Now you're trying to do it, going on Chat GPT and boogering up stuff. You can't afford not to. But and the unfortunate part is why we have success with the business. We're busy. Now I got to pump the brakes. I got motion going down, but I got to stop my motion to do this, and I may never ever get that momentum again. So do it on the front end. The most stuff y'all can do on the front end, you'll make it a whole lot smoother. You're gonna miss stuff. Everybody gonna miss stuff, right? We ain't always gonna catch things, right? But the more you can do on the front end, don't be so against starting off slow, as opposed to when you start moving, now you got to stop. And when you stop, like I said, you never, ever, ever know if you're going to ever recover from it.
Right.
It happens all the time. I'm in a restaurant. We're saying, what's the damn Bankhead Seafood? You know what they say they doing renovations and all that shit.
Right.
Hey, you renovate some new shit. For
right. Yeah. Right. How you renovate something you just?
Yeah. No, I mean, come on now.
Right.
Yeah, I know. You know, everybody got money, so when they say, "Hey, this is what we doing," oh, they doing that. How the hell you got to renovate new shit?
Right.
But anyway, I just say all this to say, I say all that to say that concepts and everything we're doing it now. I don't know if a premium restaurant right there in the heart of Bankhead is a bright idea.
But I think the problem that they didn't realize the nostalgia of that seafood place being there previously, and how, from what I understand from Slick, and it's just me, and I think a lot of people don't add that in when they try to reopen a historical spot like that. From what I understand, you got to realize it's historical, so you got history attached to that. So people expecting, from what I said, full plates for $5 because that's what they used to do back then. You get what I'm saying?
Well, that's my point.
Right.
I mean, the what? So you got a premium. You want to have a premium price. I'm not saying they try to 5-star restaurant,
right?
But I am saying that you're right. People want to be able to line around that old raggedy building,
right,
and get that, like I said, piping hot with your fish and your hush puppies and stuff like that. And that ain't what they got. They got nice dining, a nice area and stuff like that. And the West Side still the West Side.
Mm-hmm.
You can call it West Midtown. You can call it, 5-10 minutes from downtown or whatever.
Right.
But you still got Negroes that don't want to spend that kind of money.
Right. They want what it used to be.
Exactly. Right. So that's it. Because they got A1 wings, such, and all this other kind of stuff around the corner and stuff like that. It's cool to visit.
Right.
But after that, they walking out. Hell no, that's high. Hell no.
$40. And I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I'm not from Atlanta. I've never been to Bankhead Seafood, but from what I understand from just talking to Rika, who is born and raised off the West Side, that's the nostalgia. We used to get big full plates for $5, and they didn't take that into account when they opened that.
And folks take into account that just at the end of the day, you just think that people will do certain things. Or, like I said, sometimes when people got money in their pocket, they think these things will work out and they have, they know more than what they know.
A built-in customer base. You try to have a built-in customer base from a nostalgia place that I think, okay, we opened it, we call it the same thing. We already got people over here who remember it. It's kind of a built-in customer base, but you don't realize that I'm going to give you a good example of what we just talked about. Yeah, this is a built-in customer base. And I'm charging $15 for fish. You got to remember that they used to get $5 fish. They may want the $15 experience, but the fish was $5. And that built-in customer space still gonna want that $5 item. It's just the way it goes. It's not knocking that's anywhere. That's anywhere. I'll give you a good example. In Chicago, we had a place called Ollie's on the corner of on the south side of Chicago. Great sandwiches, great gyros, everything. But they sold at a nice price. Well, they closed down. Somebody else tried to open, charge more prices. They closed down like a year later because we wanted what Ollie's gave us for the same price. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you could open this spot for, and think, we got a built-in audience. You can open this spot and then charge twice as much for what they were selling, for what they were serving. We're not going to buy that.
I think that restaurant would have did much better, Bankhead Seafood, if you put it on Peachtree. I know, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? But what the hell do I know? I mean, you to put it on Peachtree, that should be booming and popping right now.
Right.
We're doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up in Bankhead, same damn house my whole life, and at the end of the day, like, I know, man, niggas don't spend that money. Right? Yeah, that's still the West Side and all that kind of stuff. Like, no, and it don't change. They ain't no knock, but like I said, that's why a lot of times. And I don't understand people. I don't know people's thought process. I don't want to say and assume with that. But again, if somebody's educated and did enough damn case studies, I can look on the surface and like, nah, this shit ain't no way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And that goes to number 5, chasing funds and funding instead of fixing fundamentals.
That's it.
Yeah.
And here's the deal, man. Me and my baby boy was talking the other day. Me and Chris. And we just had a little thing on his car dripping. Mm-hmm. And I said, son, you got to fix the leak. Leaks don't do them to get worse.
Right.
Now, you can sit here and say, I want to tape it or whatever. Eventually, the water's going to come through the tape. Mm-hmm. You have to fix certain things. Everything just patching it ain't fixing it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? At some point, my chiropractor told me years ago, he said, when you have issues sometimes with your health, medication masks the problem.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of time when you don't want to sit here and fix it, it's always gonna come back. And you got to make sure that certain things are taken care of. And no, I think people avoid that a lot.
Yeah.
You gotta make sure, because problems don't necessarily go away. And when you see that, got a bad employee, we got too high a cost structure, with certain stuff. That stuff we can just say, well, look, let's get some more money, and we again talking about chasing funding instead of fixing fundamentals. We're gonna try to go to the bank and get a loan. And we talk about this all the time. Why, as a lender, you already showed me that you have a history of losing money. So you come in, what the hell I'm gonna give you my money so you can lose some more of that shit? Now, if you sit here and say, well, listen, I took $5 and made $100. If you give me $10, I can make $20,000. You understand? And you say it's that, but you're showing me you have a history of what? Taking something and making something.
Right.
But you said, well, I lost this and I lost that. What?
Had I had this, I could have did that.
Yeah, listen. It's a magic show. You're showing how you teach me how to make money disappear.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we have to be realistic about those kind of things, right? You have to make sure that the structure is right. You got to make sure your systems is right. Trying to get more money to do stuff, that ain't gonna do it. Misusing your credit. What I said earlier, that debt without strategy. If I get this loan, if I get this money, I'm getting it to make this amount of money. You know what what's the term in the business world? Capital asset pricing model, where you actually, you're looking at it, just saying, okay, this is the rate of return for purchasing it. This is what it costs from the cost of my interest rate on the loan. My rate of return should be higher. If my rate of return on the product is not higher than what I got then that the interest rate is gonna be flawed. I know this is some advanced math shit, what I'm saying to people.
Right.
But fundamentally, if what I'm spending money on is not making more money than it costs, it doesn't make sense for me to do it.
Right.
It don't make sense. I'm gonna tell you something. This ain't no trip. I remember when I bought the salon, and me and my ex-wife were kind of bumping heads, and I probably, she had a better idea of the what women like.
Okay.
And, I'm looking at the mathematics side. But one thing she couldn't get and everything. What's going on, boy? Boy, Keon, what's happening with your brother? What she couldn't get was the math side. Was she like, hey, let's put some more of these in, because more blinds in, new chairs, this, that, and that. I was over there for Old National.
Right.
Market rate at that time was just $100 a week.
Right.
I
couldn't justify it.
Yeah, I couldn't justify. I get new shit in, and I can go to 150, 200. They weren't gonna pay that over there.
Right.
So at the end of the day, why would I make it so chic in there? You understand?
Right.
Make it nice, but she couldn't get that well, and it wasn't nasty. But I couldn't. It came out better to me, and and it was. I go get some nice bare paint. You know what I'm saying? Get some stuff in there, and maybe get some couple chairs like I did from Room to Go, and made it more feminine and everything. But mathematically, it didn't make sense. Now, from an aesthetic standpoint, it looked nicer.
It looked great.
But I couldn't charge that on Old National.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? There was no way in hell
it was gonna fly.
It was gonna fly. But she wasn't looking at that, and that's why I say a lot of times we gotta be honest. And this ain't appreciate it, bro. My boy KT just said proud of you, bro. Now proud of you, dog. Hey man, you gotta check. Hey man, put your link in there for the cigar line and everything, man. We had a lunch for a cigar line a couple weeks ago, man. I'm super proud of my boy.
What's it called?
Man, I'm gonna book up the pronunciation, and everything. But I know his name spelled backwards, and everything. But if you give me the link and everything, I make sure I post it on all my channels, man. But I'm super proud of you, brother. What I was just saying, but just think about fundamentally. If I buy new equipment, I got the newest truck out here. I got the newest bulldozers. I got the newest, equipment or whatever. It got to be a return for it.
Right.
But if I just, look, man, it don't make sense to do that because we're just not at that point right now.
Right.
That's what people got to be realistic about.
Yeah.
You ain't got to be the nicest. You ain't got to be when I say nice, I'm talking about best looking, the prettiest, or whatever it is. You don't have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Period.
Yeah.
Period.
People go out and buy these expensive, like in this podcasting thing. People go out and buy these expensive cameras, get these $500 mics, get these $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 mixing boards, and go buy a $15,000 computer, and ain't made one episode yet.
Well, that's the thing about it, and not even they made one episode where they don't even have a strategy of, okay, if I'm putting out this per show, after 1 month, I should be making this. After 2 months, I still ain't broke even, but I'm increasing.
Right.
There's no strategy.
Right.
We're just gonna sit around and just talk about Atlanta. We're gonna talk about Falcons
and post it.
We're gonna talk about hip hop. Get the fuck out. Y'all make some money out of this, man.
Right.
Who the hell? This like, hey, you want to do some free work? Go volunteer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This ain't what it is.
You got to be consistent with
it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You have to be able to do it. When I was doing the thing, the Black Speakers Bureau and all that stuff, the number one thing that they kept saying, and that's why you can look at a T.I., you can look at those athletes and all that they do it. You can't compete with celebrity.
You can't.
Like, cause they have a committed following already,
a built-in audience.
They're coming in, and again, it's not that you aren't a better interviewer, better conversationalist. You ain't got more content or more in-depth subjects on yours. It's just that, like you said, they got a built-in audience, right?
And they can reach out to celebrities and they build another.
You can't compete with that shit.
Yeah.
And you have to understand that, like, what they did is they did that. You're not them. They have an advantage you don't. But take advantage of the advantages that you have. Right. And the thing of it is just that your shit might go a little slower, but they'll get there. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gotta go from here to here. I just gotta go here and here and be patient with the process. And when you do that, that's when you don't make mistakes. You don't jump over stuff, because even when they make mistakes, they can afford to get them fixed. But you just come out the gate, be Shannon Shaw. You don't come out the gate, and that's they can afford to do. They can, I won't say afford, but they have the ability to do things that the average person just doesn't.
Right.
Just being real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I want everybody to be real, understanding with that. With that said, guys, it's been a great show. We talked about, while most entrepreneurs broke up, hopefully you got a lot from the conversation. Regardless of what platform you're looking at, be it Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, go to Mr. Short Dollar YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you go there and take advantage of all the great information there. Also, guys, we got the book Short Dollars and Cents. It's on Amazon. The link is there. Also, if you're looking on TikTok, we got a link on the Mr. Short Dollar store. Any video that I have, you got the links to buy the book. Everything is there. So 13 chapters covering personal finance and some part of entrepreneurship as well. A lot of great information there. Matter of fact, I got the book right here.
That's right.
Got the book right here. Look
here. For the player's face.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Right.
A lot of great information. I put a lot into this book, man. And I'm starting. I keep saying next week, but it ain't gonna be next week. Probably March, man. When things slow down, I do more shows, kind of highlighting chapters and everything. That's like that.
But, say, read a chapter or something to it and break it down for us.
I ain't reading no damn chapter.
Give us a daily analysis of it. I'm gonna read it, and what I'm gonna do next month for all of us, so we can understand the book and so it'll be more palatable. I'm going to read some chapters, then I'm going to ask questions about that chapter.
Well, the biggest thing is that tax season going pretty good, so I don't want to commit to stuff.
After tax season,
yeah. No, we're gonna make it happen, right? But I do want to tell everybody I appreciate all the love and support. About a month ago we hit 100,000 subscribers. I think we at 104 right now, man. So again, man, I am super proud of what we've done. As a team with Misfits Radio, Misfits TV. And also, man, most importantly, I'm proud of my motherfucking self.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Congratulate yourself. Thank you.
Without me, man, it's not me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, hey, things I know, man. That's why I say, me and my brother talk all the time. And I tell our other partner, man, shit get slow, shit get off, or whatever. Man, once you stop, it is over. Once you stop,
you just said that to me when I was looking at YouTube.
Hey, once you stop, it is over.
That's true. He do say that. He just said that to me literally before the show started. I was like, These numbers ain't good.
Nah,
They
shit.
abysmal.
No. You one action, one decision, one movement away from your next breakthrough.
Mhm.
And if once you quit, you stop shit, that's on your ass.
Right.
That's on your ass. Only way you know shit over with unless you stop it.
Mhm.
If you want shit to change, you want to make them decisions.
Right.
Now you might not have to go at the same pace. Just like you run a track, we running. I'm thinking about like it while I was in the army,
Mhm.
run a track, football, whatever. You can slow down,
Mhm.
but you understand to slow down may not necessarily improve things, but you just don't
Quit. Right.
You can go from running to jogging. Hell, you might damn walk.
Skip
If
too.
you get a little tired, you might gotta crawl. But
Right.
you don't damn quit.
Right.
Once you quit, it is over, and that's it.
Mhm.
Right? So you have to make sure you mentally prepare to not quit.
What you always say, you got a 50-50 chance of being successful, but if you don't start, you ain't got no chance.
Yeah, no. 50-50.
Yeah.
But once you stop at zero.
Right. Right.
So you can't why do that to yourself?
Mm.
Because we know at the end of the day, what we say all the time, man, pain temporary.
Mm-hmm.
But that motherfucker regret. God damn. That regret.
It's
forever. Who the hell want regret in their life?
Right.
Pain is right then and there.
Right.
But that damn regret,
Shit,
you never get past
it. Lingers.
That shit going to casket with you. That shit going to casket with you. So, hey, so don't miss out on shit. Don't quit too early. Don't do stuff. Again, like I said, you see it ain't working and it ain't doing. That's one thing.
Mm-hmm.
But make sure that's the case and not you just I don't want to do it no more.
Mm-hmm.
You dig what I'm saying? So, cause we always gonna have our moments.
Mm-hmm.
We always gonna have things that kind of make us feel a certain type of way. We human, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, you just can't let shit punk you. You just can't let shit punk you. Again, man, go to the YouTube channel, Mr. Short Dollar, subscribe. Take advantage of all the great information that we got on the channel, man. We done had a blast like we always do tonight. Love you all. I appreciate all love and support. Y'all take it easy. Be safe out there. I'll talk with you soon.